Whoa, wait a second, hold on. So today's video is mainly about the Java snapshot. I mean, we're going to talk about some things that have implications on both versions of the game, but snapshot mainly. But hold you on just a minute. Inside of the brand new Bedrock Edition preview, added vibrant visual support for nautilus armor, and added vibrant visual support for all shelf blocks. Wait, that sounds big. I gotta check it out. Alright, added brand new nautilus armor support here. Got a tamed nautilus purr armor. Oh my god, it's beautiful looking. Mojang, never stop cooking. It's purple. The diamond is purple now. What does it mean? I don't know, but it's provocative, surely. Hold on. What was that other update? Oh, yeah, the shelf update of all time. Oh, mama, yeah, they definitely added support for these. The bamboo shelf, the oak shelf. I, too, was so sick of all of the shelves looking different. I always dreamt of, like, you know, just being able to use the same shelf for all of my shelf builds. Wow, dude, it's so good looking now. Look at how much the items actually pop on them, too. Alright, so the other day, a brand new Minecraft pre-release, the first one for 26.1 released. You may remember, besties, in yesterday's video, you see them all, right? You may remember me saying that I needed a little bit more time to digest this snapshot. Snapshot consumption, that's exactly what I've had time for. So on the surface here, this snapshot, pre-release, well, with this being the first one, and there only seemingly being technical changes, it seems like a really small one. And yes, for immediate features right now that we can check out and play with, kind of small. But with Minecraft Live and now like 10 days away and 26.1 solidly wrapping up, well now, if you haven't yet, it's about time to turn your eyes towards the future. The summer update, 26.2. Inside of this snapshot, we've got a gigantic fix to mobs that use the spears. Specifically, we're talking mobs like the zombie and the husk. You see, at some point along the line in our tiniest takeover of all time, you see the hostile mobs that learned how to use the spear in the last update completely forgot how to use it. Now we can see the charge animation. It runs at me, or steps at me, and tries to hurt me with the iron spear. Leave me alone, brother. Yeah, our hostile mobs now again know how to actually use this spear. Alright, next up, if you've got universal knowledge of Minecraft, this one you will recognize the difference instantly. So we've got the firefly bush, we've got something like the bush. I could bone meal these things all day long until the cows come home, and these things, as long as there's space, they will spread. Same thing pretty much with something like a too tall flower. They don't really spread, but I can bone meal them all day long and get more. How about, on the other hand, our single tall flowers? As you will probably know, on a Minecraft Java edition, bone mealing these flowers grants us, well, it grants us a whole lot of nothing, nada, nothing at all. It doesn't work. Swing things over here to Bedrock Edition, and for some of the newer plants like the Firefly Bush, yeah, they got that functionality in the game. But also on Bedrock Edition, and how it's been for a long time, we can have any single tall flower just about. I can bone meal them, and more flowers, usually of the same type, but more flowers in general, well, they will actually grow. You can farm the flowers so much easier. Meanwhile, another newer flower, something like these yellow ones, yeah, you can bone meal them, and it works like that on Bedrock and Java. Well, now today, inside of the pre-release, we've got one of the most intriguing setups. Potential setups for flower parody at long last, finally making its way, hopefully, to Java. STG, if they take the Bedrock Edition version of this mechanic right here and remove it, oh my god, it's over. It's so done. Right here inside of the changelog for Java Edition, flower features. Features spawned from bone meal are no longer restricted to the flower feature type. Instead, from this point on, this feature will be controlled by the can spawn from bone meal feature tag. So, this right here is the exact kind of setup Mojang would get into the game if they were going to data drive all of the flowers in the game and make it so you could bone meal them, spread them even easier. I mean, this one's a no-brainer. I'm shocked that it didn't come at some point last year because all of the new plants that they added to the game in the last year, they made sure they were all in parity and you could spread them and they want to make everything renewable. But what about all of our other normal flowers? Why can't I renew them on Java? Now, alongside this new feature, they actually removed flower no bone meal, and random patch from the game entirely. Honestly, I kind of feel like we are done with features for this update being in pre-releases. But, I mean, on the other hand, with this data driving of all of the flowers, how hard would it be to add a simple tag to all of the other flowers in the game so you could bone meal them, and they sneak that into the update right before the update releases? My god, that would be such a beautiful change. As a Java main, I've always dreamt of being able to collect all of the flowers in the game, bring them back over to my base, and make super simple dye farms. With this functionality finally being laid out into the game, it seems like the time could be now. Now, alongside that beautiful flower change, we also have a biome flower-related change as well, or more so plants in general. Configured features tags. They have added to the game a tag called Can Spawn from Bone Meal. This one is specifically all about features inside of a biome that could be spawned when you use bone meal inside of that biome. So, for example, here inside of the plains biome, inside of our tags, we would have things like the normal flowers that you could find inside of the plains biome. I can use my bone meal here, and if I'm lucky, I'll go ahead and get those specific types of flowers. On the other hand, slide over to the pale garden biome, use the bone meal, and, you know, I will actually get other types of things. If I'm lucky, oh yeah, if I'm lucky, I'll get the pale garden flowers. This flower tag functionality combined with the flower renewable functionality, and God, could we? Oh man, one of the best things they added into the game last year is more plants all over the world. I wonder if we could be looking at more renewable things all over the world coming soon. And hopefully, my God, it would be a dream, but maybe even more plants being sprinkled all over the overworld as well, including some new ones. And over on the other version of the game, Bedrock Edition latest preview, possibly related to all of our biome spawning, plant business and everything, now too tall grass can spawn on Bedrock Edition when you bone meal normal grass blocks. Previously, too tall grass never was formed. It would be one tall, and then you had to bone meal one tall to get too tall. Oh man, it's getting very close to Minecraft Live. We need to look out for hints and the fact that we have changes relating to this type of stuff on both versions of the game. I can't help but wonder. Over here, inside of our big mob world, this will be hard to notice here, but the dogs, these baby puppies right here, every single one of these dogs has had texture changes, specifically with the tail. Thanks to the bug tracker, we can see here that ever since the dog's implementation, well, the little dog here has been using the wrong UV mapping. This explains what it all means in exact visual format that I definitely understand. Yeah, man, of course. To check out this next one, we will need to move over to a world. Specifically, we will need to have Gabriel advanced time set to true. Inside of this week's snapshot, we have yet another intriguing expansion to the time command. So if we type /time of, and then we say overworld right here, we could actually go ahead and change the rate of time in which the overworld will advance time. So check this out. By default, our overworld time rate is going to be 1. If I were to set it to, say, something slower, like 0.1, the overworld time, you can notice it with the sun movement, is going to advance at a completely different rate. Because I set it to 0.1, the day is now, well, what does that mean? The day is effectively 10 times longer. On the other hand, if I go ahead and set it to 10, watch the sun right there. Oh my God, we can control time and the advancing of it entirely independent of dimension and entirely within the vanilla game. So right now it's at 10. You can set it all the way up to a maximum of 1,000. And oh my God, the top corner right there, the day counter, we can see our days are absolutely flying by. Realistically, this fast, I don't think it would be used for anything, but you could theoretically set it to like 100 and maybe you have a day. Whoa, that's kind of trippy looking, man. Maybe you could have a day that goes by like really quick, or some kind of effect that is making days go by quick. And then same thing, you could go ahead and maybe set it to 10 and now it goes by quick, but not quite as quick as before. It's intriguing to me too that in this update, they actually added this whole day counter overlay to the game. That's pretty crazy. And yeah, keep in mind that you could slow it down too. If I put it to 0.5, the day will now be 2 times as long. So instead of 10 minutes in the daytime, 20 minutes in the daytime, 20 minutes at nighttime. And the really crazy thing with this command is that it is independent of dimension. So I could go ahead and maybe set the rate of the end dimension to like 100. Meanwhile, I have the overworld time rate set at default vanilla. Now keep in mind that right now, inside of the end, there's not too much being controlled by the world clock. But there is one major thing, and that is going to be the end flashes with my time sped up. End flashes are now happening pretty much constantly. In fact, that's kind of bad. Maybe we'll set it to 10. And now the end flashes, they're going to happen much more frequently, but not anything like too crazy or anything like that. They're just happening and there's booming, and it's kind of like effectively a giant end storm has rolled in. Look, man, I don't know specifically what Mojang is cooking up with all of this time stuff, but all throughout the duration of this drop, they've been hardcore focused on building out time, world clocks, and even more. This change alone right here, though not very exciting in the immediate gameplay, oh, this sets up for so much. Believe it or not, that's not all of the end changes that have happened either. Keep it in mind for just a minute. The baby mob update of all time. Inside of this update, we have a big fix. The baby mob chainmail helmet texture is allegedly fixed here, but we do have a different issue with these baby mobs in the helmet. I don't know about you, but when they made these baby mob head textures way smaller, oh man, the helmet is actually like way too large for the mob now, right? I think they need to scale the helmet down somehow or something. I don't know how they do it or if there's even time, but Netherite specifically, look at how far the helmet hangs down. It is past Bro's top 3 fingers. What? Alright, end stuff. Inside of the latest pre-release, we also have something new called End Cube Special Model. Inside of the end, we could take a look at our very own End Cube if somebody didn't ruin it as this little area right here. This is a new special model type that will render a cube with the same texture effects as the end portal and end gateway blocks. So essentially, that is talking about this specific portal block right here with the weird animation and texture, or even better, this one right here that renders as a fully faced cube that also functions as a portal. Effectively, they have added a brand new way to add even more end portals into the game. Again, this is another one of those weird changes that is completely unused right now. But why would they add it to the game? On top of that, we have brand new block state rendering for these gateway and portal teleporters too. Oh, and speaking of the end, wait a second, hold on a minute, I don't have vibrant visuals on. I'm on Bedrock Edition and the end flash. Oh my god, they have added the end flash to the Bedrock Edition end without vibrant visuals. What are they preparing? What is being cooked? For the very first time ever on Bedrock Edition, inside of 26.0.20, usually the type of gap update we'll see between drops used to set up for the next drop. Alright, I'll admit it, the end flash is a little busted right now. It doesn't really fade in or fade out, but the end flash happens constantly in the end, all without vibrant visuals. It's clearly a little bit broken. The blocks don't get lit up either, but, you know, they're working on it. This is so weird, dude. Oh, and final thing I want to mention today, this panorama. We talked about it briefly in yesterday's video. You saw that video, you saw the panorama. It's like Trails and Tales update, the cherry blossom, the babies all over. It's beautiful, man. I'm so happy that Mojang has taken that dreary nighttime panorama away finally. Mojang's latest pre-release, it's got some very intriguing changes. Thank you all so much for watching. Smash like, subscribe. Minecraft Live is coming up very soon. You're not going to want to miss any of the videos. Hang around here a little bit. I've got videos coming out for you all the time.